Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are having a conversation with an ex-India international player, a coach at football clubs like Mohan Bagan, Aizwal FC, and recently he's won the Calcutta Football League with Peerless FC. We are talking about a renowned name in the Indian coaching football circuit, Mr. Jahar Das. Welcome, sir. We are pleased to have you with us.
Thank you.
So there is a little small incident you used to tell us about how you did your A license. If you can please share that with our viewers.
During my license course, when 29 participants were there at Jordan, 28 were from Jordan, and I was the only candidate outside Jordan. Once what happened, because that area being new, so a match analysis is to be done, and the coach said, okay, today in the afternoon time, you go and see the match. Tomorrow there will be an analysis of what you have seen in the match. Unfortunately, I was not knowing where is the venue because there was a ground just by the side of my hotel where a good stadium was there. So I was under impressions that match will be held there only. Unfortunately, match was not held there. And the next day, during analysis time, I knew that I am going to face a lot of trouble. So I said, one of my friends, Nihat by name, I said, Nihat, what was the score? He said that one team, Jalan by name, they scored one goal and the match was ultimately won by one goal only. And who scored? He said that striker number 9. Okay, matter ends. Now during analysis period, the coach asked me, okay, Mr. Das, you tell me whether goal scored could have been saved and how. I simply said this could have been saved had the stopper been little careful of taking the strikers into his stride because strikers has to be taken very rigidly and to be marked like anything because he cannot be allowed to control the ball at any time near the penalty box. So it is a mistake on the part of stopper who has not taken up tightly the opponent striker, and that made opponent to score a goal. When coach said, thank you very much, entire class started laughing. Because they knew I have not seen the match. So when coach said, why you are laughing? One captain, he said that, sir, he has not seen the match. Then coach could follow why I could answer such analysis. Then next same day he called me for the dinner and he said, Mr. Das, you don't worry. You are going to get a license after 15 days.
Why is that you're always more focused towards the youth, the medium range youth you said, the mediocre range youth you talked about? Why is that?
In my head is, along with the players of my standard, I did not achieve that level because of the fact I was really missing something from my training, which has not allowed to go up like people like Sham Thapa, Muhammad Habib, Sukulan, Ghosdo Siddharth, all these big names. I do not find my name in that line because of the fact I was just below them. Although my talent was not less, but somewhere something I was. So after retirement from football, I decided that I'll go to coaching. For that, I have first acquired all the certificate which is necessary. Second, if I go for coaching only seniors, that means my presence will not be a beneficial job for younger generation. Because why I have come to coaching? To develop the players who are unable to reach to that level. That means younger generations. And in case I only concentrate on senior teams, that means my purpose of coming to this coaching is going to be defeated. That's why always, most of the times I have devoted for coaching younger generations, even at infant level too, besides my also capacity to coach senior teams.
I was reading one of your interviews that you gave after winning the CFL, where you said that the foreign coaches in India, they don't go for micro training. So when I was reading it, what was going through my mind is right from the D license onwards, when AIFF mentors us, they tell us about attacking sessions, defending sessions, everything is done very separately. But from what I got from your statement is that the foreign coaches who are coaching the top teams, they don't go for it. They do a general training session. So why is that? Why don't they go for this? Why do you think that, like, have they tried micro training, it has not worked for them, or they have had success with other systems, that's why they don't try it? What's the reason?
Just see, Tushar, micro training is meant for developing individually. Whereas the foreign coaches, they have an idea that their players are already developed. So this individual, this is to some extent basic training also you can say. You can mix advanced training along with this, but this training ultimately gives a lot of opportunities for the players to develop themselves basically and even advanced way also. So micro training is being missed by the foreign coaches because of the fact they have an understanding. Okay, this is not required, so all my players can manage to do whatever I say. But I know, being in India, wow, and players being spotted at the age of 10, 11, 12, 13 years, and they develop the technical area, which is not possible because in all other countries they start from the age of 6, 7, 8. So their chances are much more than that of players of our country. So I had to think of my country's player. So micro training is a must. I have been successful in peerless just because of the player. One player, Kroma by name, he scored maximum because he also felt micro training is the ideal way of developing at least at initial stage of training before any tournament.
So what do you feel could be the areas of improvement that the Indian football can go through?
Answer is technical area we must improve first. Physical area is not the criteria. We have to improve technical area. For that we need a thorough research, and we need after research the way this should be developed, and this should go to the coaches, not these license courses. These license courses are very good for the countries like who have already developed, European countries, African countries, all these South American countries. But for us, we need a thorough research of our training procedures for developing younger generations, and more good coaches are required to help those younger generation, not the coaches who have just played once and then started coaching. Sorry, no.
Before we end, just one thing, any one message you have for the young players and the young coaches who are watching this?
You see, they must think. Unless they think, they cannot excel. Coaches, besides the reading habit, the coach must think what he is doing, how the boys are taking up his coaching, whether they are developing. Otherwise, things neither will be helpful to the coaches nor the players.
So that was Mr. Jahar Das, as you know. He spoke his heart out. He spoke about the fitness levels required. He spoke about the importance of meditation. He gave us insights about what is written in his new book and also what needs to be improved in the Indian football circuit so as to that India advance ahead. I think it was a really insightful conversation with him. And Tushar, I think he really has a special bond with you, right?
Well, I had the privilege of working with him, although for not a very long time. But the lessons I have learned, I'm sure you're going to carry for my lifetime. That's for sure.